Welcome to the Deep Dive. Okay, today we're trying something, well, a bit like a high wire act, really.
Uh-huh.
We're aiming for a real-time deep dive, extracting the story from two Premier League matches as they happen.
Right, so not waiting for the final whistle.
Exactly. We've got live text feeds, the current league table. We're focusing on Bournemouth versus Newcastle and Sunderland versus Aston Villa, right around, the 36-minute mark?
Yeah, about that. And we're looking beyond just the goals, or lack of them in this case, to see the underlying structure of the game, the tactics, the flashpoints.
And that's crucial because right now both games are 0-0. But, 0-0 can tell a terrible lie, can't it?
Definitely. We already know Sunderland are playing with 10 men.
10 men already. So yeah, our sources are buzzing. Referee decisions, some angry fans, tactical plays, and honestly some stats that are just staggering.
Yeah.
So the mission here, for you listening, is to get past that simple scoreline. We want the why behind this specific moment in the season.
Exactly. Finding those little pressure points, the moments that can define a whole campaign, even this early on.
Okay, let's dive straight in then. Stadium of Light, Sunderland versus Aston Villa. It's already hit crisis point, hasn't it? Reinildo Mandava. Red card.
It is fascinating how quickly it all pivoted. Just one moment. You've got Mandava and Matty Cash tangling up. The source material says Cash pushes Mandava over, and then the reaction.
A very costly reaction. Paul Robinson, former Spurs keeper, he was on BBC Radio 5 Live. He saw it clearly.
What did he say?
Said Mandava kicks up his right leg at the thigh of Cash, called it a clear kick out. VAR looked, of course, violent conduct, red card. Simple as that.
It looked pretty blatant.
Yeah.
But does that tell you more about maybe the players' sheer frustration, or is it the refs being super strict on that kind of thing this year?
It's got to be a bit of both, right? But the impact, purely tactical. Sunderland were actually having a decent start, 7th place coming into this.
Yeah, a good start.
And now, 10 men for, nearly an hour of football still to play? That single kick just flips their whole approach. Forget 3 points. It's about survival now.
It really anchors them down, especially given that promising league position.
Okay, so Sunderland dealing with that instant drama. But then you look at Aston Villa. It's like a flow-motion disaster unfolding, isn't it?
It really is. Even before that red card, which you'd think helps Villa, their whole situation was, alarming. The numbers are just brutal.
Let's get into that. The stat from John Murray at the BBC. It kind of defines Villa right now.
It does. This game marks their 50th attempt on goal in the Premier League since they last scored.
50. 5-0.
50 attempts. I mean, that's not just a slump. That's a serious drought. It feels almost structural at this point.
50. You have to wonder about the psychological impact. On the players, sure. But the fans watching chance after chance just evaporate.
Yeah, it's tough viewing. And it gets worse because when they do create something clear-cut.
They fluff it.
Exactly. That chance for Evan Gesson, close range, middle of 6-yard box. That's got to be a goal, hasn't it?
Should be. But Robin Roof says it. Paul Robinson called it a poor effort, straight at the keeper.
And, yeah, Watkins was offside on the follow-up anyway, but that first miss from that position, it just sums up the whole problem. It's not just getting chances.
It's the finish. The composure isn't there when it matters most.
And you can feel that frustration boiling over from the fans. We saw comments, didn't we? Like Rob, a Villa fan, calling it truly shocking, miles off last season.
Yeah, and George M. asking why players like Elliott aren't starting when the team is clearly, struggling for goals. Fair question, really.
It is, and Paul Robinson kind of backed that up, pointing out Morgan Rogers having a very quiet game, needing to be more engaged. It suggests the system maybe isn't getting the best out of their attackers.
So the drought, it feels like more than just bad luck. It's maybe a symptom of something deeper, tactically.
It seems that way, although, just to offer a tiny sliver of light for Villa fans, the defense isn't totally falling apart. Kansat apparently made an excellent block. Good positioning against Isidore.
Okay, so there's some structure holding firm at the back, even if the attack is, as you put it, stuck in statistical purgatory.
Nicely put. But yeah, that Villa situation, all frustration and crisis. It's such a sharp contrast to what's happening down on the South Coast.
Right. Let's shift focus. Bournemouth versus Newcastle. If the first game is drama and drought, this one feels more about tactical chess, surprise and execution.
Huge shift, because Bournemouth, let's be honest, they're punching way above their weight, defying pretty much all expectations.
Yeah, I saw that fan comment, Johnny, calling them fantastic under Iraola, a proper bogey team. Surprised they haven't dipped after selling players in the summer.
And it seems to come down to their system, how they impose themselves. Franny Benali, former Prem defender, he nailed it.
What was his sake?
He talked about their high press, intense pressure, described it as the nearest man goes and pressures them, just relentless, aggressive, almost suffocating for the opposition.
Right. That takes incredible fitness, incredible organization. If you're playing against that, you've got, what, two options? Go long over the top or be really clever and play through it.
Exactly. And playing through it is the hard part. But this is where the insight from the source is brilliant. Newcastle adapted immediately.
How?
Benali highlighted it. They got behind Bournemouth's press using 2 one-touch layoffs.
2 one-touch layoffs. Okay, break that down. Why is that the key?
Well, think about it. The nearest man rushes you, right? So they commit, they leave space. You can't take a touch, you can't dwell on it.
Because they'll be on you.
Instantly. So the first one-touch pass releases that immediate pressure.
Yeah.
The second one, the layoff, it plays the ball into the space the pressing player just vacated. It finds the free man.
So you're using their own aggression against them, moving the ball faster than they can react.
Precisely. It's quick thinking, sharp passing, turns their strength into a weakness. It's like the gold standard counter to a high press.
That's fascinating. So that tactical battle is really the story there, even though the score is 0-0. We did see a couple of minor things too, right?
Yeah, standard stuff. Jacob Murphy needed a bit of treatment but carried on. VAR checked a potential handball against Tonali from a free kick.
Hit him square on.
Yeah, but nothing given. He had a shot later, too, from distance, but it was always rising. Just normal, high-tempo Premier League action, really.
But underneath it all, that constant tactical push and pull between the press and the quick passing.
Absolutely. Even in a 0-0 snapshot, that's where the real game is being played.
Okay, let's pull back now. Look at the bigger picture. We need to connect this live drama to the league table we have from about 14.33 BST. This gives it all context, doesn't it?
It really does. And the numbers hammer home Villa's struggle. They're sitting 18th. Relegation zone, just 3 points.
0 wins so far.
Yeah.
3 draws, 2 losses. And that goal difference, -4.
Ouch. That goal difference, plus being 18th already, it makes that 50-attempt goal drought just terrifyingly relevant. It's not just annoying, it's defining their whole position. Every point, every goal matters hugely down there.
And then you flip it. Bournemouth. All that praise.
Yeah.
Totally justified by the table. They're sitting up in 3rd place.
Amazing, isn't it? 10 points already, 3 wins, 1 draw, just 1 loss. That aggressive style, it's working. Getting them results, putting them miles clear of that early scrap.
And Sunderland. That red card feels even heavier now. They're 7th with 8 points. Such a good start. Losing a man really threatens that early momentum.
Definitely. Newcastle, meanwhile, are just sort of mid-table, 13th, 6 points, comfortable enough for now.
So connecting it all, you really see these 2 totally different stories playing out at the same time. Calculated success at Bournemouth, systemic failure, and frankly, crisis at Villa.
It's pure Premier League, isn't it? That contrast, that jeopardy makes the whole season captivating.
Yeah, and it feels like a good season overall. We saw that comment from Dorian praising it, 4 strong title contenders, entertaining teams in the middle like Bournemouth.
And the promoted teams giving it a go?
Yeah, making a jolly good go of it, he said. The excitement's definitely there, minute by minute.
And this whole deep dive, this snapshot around 36 minutes, it's really just the appetizer, isn't it?
Setting the stage. Because later today, 16.3 BST, it's Arsenal versus Manchester City. Huge game. Could change things right at the top.
Absolutely. High stakes.
So wrapping this up for you, the listener.
Yeah.
What have we pulled from just 36 minutes of live action?
Right.
We've seen the instant drama of Mandava's red card for Sunderland.
We saw that precise tactical answer, those 2 one-touch layoffs to beat a high press. Beautiful football intelligence.
And that absolutely jaw-dropping stat, Aston Villa, 50 attempts on goal without scoring, underlining why they're stuck down in 18th.
And I think the main takeaway here is just how linked everything is, the tiny moments and the big season-long story. We looked at these teams based on their overall narrative, right? Strugglers, high flyers. But then you see how one single action, Mandava losing his head or Gassan's miss from 6 yards out, how that can just perfectly reflect or maybe even decide where that team is heading.
That leads to a really interesting question, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Something for you to think about as you watch the rest of today's games and the season unfold.
Yeah.
In this league, the Premier League,
Yeah.
is that big dramatic moment, that red card, that shocking mess. Is it just the inevitable result of how the season's going anyway? Or can one unpredictable flashpoint, one moment of madness or genius, actually change the whole story? Which drives which? The narrative or the moment?